right, everybody. Welcome to the next game in the NBC Strat-O-Matic Game of the Week. We're near the end of the season. In fact, so far near the end, where only 2 games remain in the season. And after last week with Milwaukee's defeat of Baltimore, Milwaukee has gone on and won the division outright. And in fact, Baltimore has actually dropped to 3rd place. But all the action now is in the American League West, where the Angels lead the Royals by a game and the White Sox by 2 games. See, the magic number for California is 2. And so the game today is between the Texas Rangers and the California Angels. If the Angels win this game, they will clinch at a minimum a tie for the division championship, which would require a playoff game. But for that to happen, the Angels would then have to lose the last game to Texas and have Kansas City win both of their games. That's the only way that can happen. So magic number of 2, combination of California wins and Kansas City losses in these last 2 games. We are now at October the 2nd, first Saturday in October. And of course, all the 3 of the 4 playoff teams have been decided. National League, it is the Expos and the Dodgers. American League East, it is the Brewers. And now the Brewers are waiting to see who their opponent is going to be, either the California Angels, the Kansas City Royals, or an outside chance at the Chicago White Sox. If the White Sox were to win their 2 games, have Kansas City lose both their games to Oakland, and have California lose both their games to Texas, then Chicago all of a sudden is in the mix. So, and we could have a tie. I don't know if there's a chance for a 3-way tie. I guess there could be, but haven't figured out all the particulars on that. But anyway, we are at Anaheim, or Angel Stadium, whatever you want to call it, for the game between the Rangers and the California Angels. Will later be called the Anaheim Angels, but right now we're in 1982. We're still the California Angels. So looking at the lineups for today's game, first the pitching matchup. For the Angels, Ken Forsch is on the mound, 13-11 with a 3.87 ERA. He'll be opposed by veteran knuckleballer Charlie Huff, 16-13 with a 3.95 earned run average. Look at our starting lineups. First for the visiting Rangers, center field George Wright, shortstop Wayne Tollison, Johnny Grubbs in left, Larry Parrish is in right. Rookie Pete O'Brien's the DH, Jim Sundberg behind the plate, Pat Putnam at first, Bill Stein at third, and Mike Rickard at second. And Charlie Huff combination, his hold rating for Charlie Huff is a +3. Sundberg is a -1, so we got a +2 aggregate. If the Angels looking to steal, they get a +2 advantage. For the Angels, Downing's in left, Carew is at first, Lynn's in center, Reggie's in right, DeSensei at third, Baylor the DH, Gritch second, Foley at short, and Boone catching. So definitely top, all their top guys are in the lineup. That's the thing with a team like Texas, is out of it. They're playing some of the younger guys, so that's just the way it is. Look at the pitching hold rating for California. Ken Forsch is a +1, but Bob Boone's a -4, so that's an aggregate of -3, so it's going to be hard for Texas to run on the Angels. Ballpark effects, good day in Anaheim. Base hits 1-14 for lefties and righties. Home runs 1-13 lefties and righties. California won this game in real life 6-4. So lots of guys in the bullpen and bench for both teams, since we're into now October, and we'll get to that in about the 5th or 6th inning when we think they might be needed. Both pitchers have a 7 for their fatigue rating, so good chance that we could see some complete games, or at least deep into the ball game, any way you go. Let's see, how do I want to play this? I think I'm going to have to put these up here. Again, it says Anaheim Angels, so we're not going to worry about that, because this was printed, the only print I have of the stadium, so I don't have the old one from back in the day. All right, again, just to look at it again, the Angels, 1-game lead on Kansas City. If they win, they clinch at least, at worst, a share of a tie for the division lead or division title. At worst, they would have a playoff with Kansas City down the road. But First things first, they got to beat Texas, take care of business. Ken Forsch, the man looking to take care of business for the Angels. Veteran Ken Forsch, and the Angels are going to see if the Forsch is with them or not. And we shall take a look at that and find out as soon as I get this thing all set up. Okay. All right, got my charts, got my rule book just in case I need it. So I think we are all set. Game of the week, October the 2nd from Southern California. All right, Ken Forsch facing George Wright, the switch hitter. And we're underway, 4-9. Switch hitter against Forsch will be a single to right field for George Wright. Wright, not that good of a base stealer. He has decent speed, so they will hold him on, but they're not going to try anything, obviously. Strategy roll for Ken Forsch. Nothing happening. Here's the shortstop, Wayne Tollison. Obviously not very good. Only 70 at-bats of the 114 average, but he's in the starting lineup. So, like again, when you play these teams that are out of the race, they're going to bring their late season call-ups and give them playing time. So Tollison, not a very good chance there. He is a B bunter, so we could try to bunt here. It would make him a C bunter. So we're going to give it a go with a C bunter. See how that plays out. That's an 8. C bunter and an 8. C bunter and an 8 on the super advanced chart is a good sacrifice. The white die is a 1, which means it is the pitcher. So he bunts it right back to Ken Forsch. Forsch's only play will be to the second baseman covering Bobby Grich. So it's going to go 1-4. And even the lowly Wayne Tollison has a productive out, getting the runner into scoring position. For Johnny Grubb, who's a productive hitter for the Rangers. And we'll do the strategy roll for Forsch. Nothing happening. And again, the Royals and White Sox are definitely Ranger fans right now. Forsch to Grubb, 1-4. That's a ground ball, shortstop B, and that'll hold the runner at second base. So 2 down, and George Wright is still at second base. He is held because he runs at a 15, so he is being held at second base. Try to keep him close. That'll bring up the right fielder, Larry Parrish. He can certainly do some damage. Ken Forsch with the delivery. 6-4. Ground ball, shortstop X. That's Tim Foley. Foley's a 3-E12. 3-19 is good all day long. And E12 and a 10 should be okay. Shortstop, E12, and there is no 10. There's a 15, a 3, and an 18, but nothing else. So Tim Foley makes the play, and Ken Forsch pitches around the leadoff single. And the Rangers come away empty-handed. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Texas nothing, and California coming to bat. And the veteran, Charlie Huff, stepping to the mound, try to keep his team in the game. Try to play spoiler. Brian Downing, left fielder, will be coming up to lead off for the Angels. Huff, 1-5, and that's a ground ball to short. Rookie Tollison makes the play, 1 down. At least I think he was a rookie this year. Could be wrong, but if he's not a rookie, he's close to it. All right, here's Rod Carew, the hitting machine. Huff, 1-9, veteran against veteran here. 1-9, and Carew coaxes a walk. And let's see about him trying to steal. Not very good chance at stealing, I don't think, late in his career. He stole 10 bases, but was caught 17 times. So I don't think they're going to look to steal here. He will be held, but they're not going to look to steal. Huff, strategy roll, nothing happening. And here's Freddie Lynn, center fielder. Rangers looking for the double play ball if they can get it. 3-11, and that's a pop up to short, so Tollison will haul that in, 2 down. And now it's up to Mr. October, and we are in October, October 2nd, so this is Mr. October's time to shine, Reggie Jackson. And we know what he did in 1977 to Charlie Huff, Game 6 of the World Series. He got Huff for his 3rd home run of the game and put the coup de grace on that one. So Huff trying to get a sense of revenge here 5 years later against Reggie. Gonna try to put a knuckleball past him. 3-2, and that's a low max, but Snagged over there by Putnam, but it's already, that's the third out. They would have doubled off Carew had there been less than 2 outs. Reggie hit it hard, but right to Putnam, and Charlie Huff gets out of it. No damage done. We go to the second, no score from Southern Cal. Ken Forsch back out. And that brings up Pete O'Brien, DH, another youngster. He had 67 at-bats on the season, hitting .239. So obviously Texas playing their younger guys. Get them some experience. 5-4, and of course the White Sox and Royals not too happy about that. They want the Rangers to play their best guys, but that's what's going on. 5-4, lefty. 5-4 is a fly ball center field X. That is Freddie Lynn, and Lynn is a 2E4. 2-10, he'll get to that. E4 and a 17 might be problematic. 17's a rough number there. E4, oh, how about that? 16 and 18 were errors, but not 17. So Freddie Lynn escapes that one, makes a tough play. Almost bobbled it, but was able to hang on, and there's one away for the catcher, Jim Sundberg. 2-6 for Sundberg, struck him out. Forsch gets the K, 2 down. For Pat Putnam, first baseman. 4-5, and that's a fly to left to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning go the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the second, and it will be Charlie Huff back out to face Doug DeCinces, Don Baylor, and Bobby Grich, veteran Angel team, versus the younger Texas Rangers, except for Charlie Huff, who doesn't resemble that remark. Here's DeCinces. 1-4. That's a ballpark single check for the first time. 1-14. That's a 9. Base hit. Doug DeCinces. He's no threat to run. He will be held, but he's not going to try to steal. Not with the big boys coming up behind him like Don Baylor. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Here's Huff to Baylor. 1-9 and struck him out. So Charlie Huff put a knuckler past Don Baylor. Got the K. 1 down for Bobby Grich. Another veteran. 1 chance for a wild pitch. Charlie Huff has a wild pitch rating of 8. And it's blocked by Sundberg. He does a good job blocking those knuckleballs. So it's just ball 1. And now we go to the pitch to Bobby Grich. 4-7. 4-7 struck him out. So Charlie Huff has the knuckleball dancing. 2 up and 2, or not 2 up and 2 down, but the leadoff single followed by 2 strikeouts. And here's Tim Foley, shortstop. Nothing on the havoc. Huff to Foley. 2-8. 2-8 is a single to center field by Foley. Center fielder arm. Well, first of all, DeCinces was being held. So he runs out of 13, drops him to a 12, but there are 2 outs, makes him a 14. And then the center fielder arm, George Wright, -2, brings it back to a 12. So I think they're going to hold him at second base. Really, there's no advantage to get to third with 2 outs. If it was 1 out, they'd probably risk it because the sacrifice fly would score the run. But with 2 outs, he's already in scoring position, so why risk it? So runners at first and second, 2 down for Bob Boone, catcher. Chance to deliver an RBI right here. 6-10, and that's a ballpark single. That's a 16, though. The single only goes to 14, so that's going to be a line out to short, and the inning is over. So Huff pitches around 2 singles, and at the end of 2, we got no score from Anaheim. And Ken Forsch back out. Ken Forsch is back out. Might as well get the tray closer. No sense having that way over there. All right. Bill Stein, third baseman. He had 184 at bats, so a lot of guys getting some playing time that don't usually get to play, I guess. But there's a lot of guys on the bench, so the Texas does have some veteran guys on their bench that they could bring out at any time if they need them. Forsch to Stein, 4-8. And that's a single for Bill Stein off of Forsch's card. Leadoff single. Stein's not going anywhere. He's not going to be held. And that brings up Mike Rickard, who, again, one of the youngsters, but he does have 4 and 2 at bats, so he was a regular player. Hit .241, so could bunt or could have him swing away. He's a B bunter, become a C bunter. They're going to have him swing away. They're going to take a chance and have him swing away. So first of all, strategy roll for Forsh. Nothing happening. Force to Rickert. 5-10, and that's a catcher X. Catcher X, Bob Boone. He's a 1E3. 1 and a 9 for a catcher. A 1 and a 9 on a catcher chart is a straight out pop out. That's a 13, and he's an E3. No error there, so it's a straight pop out. 1 away. No damage done. Didn't hit to a double play or anything. He didn't move the runner up, but took a chance and just didn't work out. Here's George Wright, strategy roll. Havoc, that's a 2, chance for a balk or a pass ball. There is no chance of a balk on Forsh, and there is no chance of a pass ball on Boone, so we just skip that. So actually, we're not going to do any Havoc rolls now that I look at it, because he has no wild pitch rating, and there's no chance at a balk or a pass ball, so there's no reason to even roll a strategy roll like that, or, you know, because there's nothing to check for. So here's George Wright. 5-6, switch hitter, batting right, left-handed rather. Ground ball, second base beat. It's a fielder's choice. So George Wright, the new runner at second with 2 down. He will be held because he runs pretty well. He's not a big threat to steal, but they will hold him, as far as trying to do that. And now Tollison, the weak hitting Tollison, is up. Again, we're going to skip the Havoc roll because really nothing can happen. 4-5, and that's a fly ball to left field to end the inning. And Ken Forsh, 3 shutout innings of the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score. So Charlie Huff is keeping his team in the game so far. Trying to keep this potent Angel lineup at bay. Top of the order, Brian Downing. 1-6 for Downing, and that's a ground ball to third. And that's an easy play for Bill Stein. 1 down. Maybe wondering what Buddy Bell and guys like that are, where they're on the bench. But again, they're playing younger guys, but I certainly have the liberty of substituting in the veterans when I feel like it's needed. Here's Rod Carew. 3-8 for Carew, and he grounds it right back to Huff. Easy play there. 2 down for Freddie Lynn. 5-5, and that's a strikeout. So Huff, a 1-2-3 inning. He's holding his own against this Angel lineup. No score after 3. Of course, the Angels won this game in real life 6-4. But right now, Texas holding their own. Johnny Grubb will lead things off. Heart of the order, Grubb, Parrish, and O'Brien. So at least Grubb and Parrish can do some damage for sure. Forsh, 1-8 to Grubb. That's a leadoff walk. Sometimes those leadoff walks can come back to bite you. Grubb will not be held. And that'll bring up Larry Parrish. Again, no strategy roll needed because of the balk and pass ball ratings. 1-4, and that's a ballpark single, but that's a 20 though, so it's going to be a line out to short. 1 down, and now that brings up rookie Pete O'Brien. 67 at bats, hit 239, so obviously they could probably find a better DH on the bench, but right now we're going to stick with the original lineup at least through the first 5 or 6 innings. Just try to keep the integrity of the game. Forsh, 2-7 to O'Brien, and he walks him, so how about that? Back-to-back walks in between a line out, and the Rangers have first and second with 1 out, and the Jim Sundberg stepping to the plate. 1-7 for Sundberg, and that is a 1-3 double, and there it is right there, a 2, double 2 stars. That'll score Grubb, and the Rangers lead it 1-0, and Pete O'Brien will scurry to third base. So runners at second and third with only 1 out. The infield's going to have to come in, and it's the Angels who are on their heels right now, as Forsh looking to get out of this. Second and third, only 1 out. Infield has been drawn in. Forsh, 5-3. Fly ball left field X. That's Downing. He's a 3E0. We know he can't make an error. We are checking on whether he can corral it and keep a sacrifice fly from happening. 13. 3 and a 13 for an outfielder, for a left fielder. 3 and a 13 is an F2 on an F2, if there's a run on 30 scores, a runner on second may tag up and try to advance, possibly, but I don't think Sundberg's going to do that. It'll be a sacrifice fly, so it was deep enough to score the run. So Pat Putnam comes through with a sacrifice fly. The Rangers lead it 2-0. Oh, didn't need the strategy roll, my bad. Here's Stein against Forsch, 3-7. That's a single to left field, and this could score another run. Sundberg was not being held, and with 2 outs, let's see, he runs an 11, so he wasn't held, makes him a 12. 2 outs makes him a 14. Downing's a +2 arm, makes him a 16. 1-16, he will score. And he does, and on the throw, Stein will take second base. So it did not cut the throw, and Sundberg will score. It is 3-0 Texas, so how about that? All kinds of things happening here. And here's Mike Rickard. Stein not being held at second. 3-10 for Rickard. That's a ballpark single, but that's an 18, so it's going to be a line out to short to end the inning. But the Rangers break through for 3 runs here in the 4th and are surprising the Angels, and the Royals and White Sox are loving it. Charlie Huff now been given a 3-0 lead to protect, and the Angels need to make hay here. Here's Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. 1-7, and he struck him out, so Jackson did not figure out the knuckleball that time. Here's the Sensei. 6-8, and that's a 1-4 single, but that's a 15, so he lines it to third. Bill Stein makes the play, 2 down, and that brings up Don Baylor. A Texas win would really close the gap. Huff, 3-7 to Baylor. 1-15 is a single, so that will be a 2-out single for Don Baylor. He will be held, but he won't go anywhere. And now the havoc roll for Huff. Nothing happening. Here's Bobby Grich. 5-8, and that's a pop-up to short. Tollison's right there. Inning's over. At the end of 4, it is Texas 3 and Chicago and California nothing, rather. So Angel fans getting a little nervous, figuring this should be an easy win, but not turning out that way right now. Here's George Wright to lead it off against Forsch. 1-7. Ground ball to second. Grich is there, 1 away. And that brings up Wayne Tollison. 6-8, switch hitter batting left. 6-8's a ground ball to first. Rod Carew takes it to bag himself. 2 down for Johnny Grubb. 4-5, that's a fly to left. Downing puts it away. It's a 1-2-3 inning, but they still find themselves down 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th, waiting for their offense to click against Charlie Huff. They have not figured out the knuckleball very well. Their offense just has 3 lone singles, no extra base hits. Only 1 runner has ever made scoring position, so they need to make some hay. Here's Tim Foley. 1-6, that's a ground ball to second, and Rickard is there, 1 down. For the catcher, Bob Boone. 2-6 for Booney, and that's a ground ball to third. Stein over to Putnam for out number 2. Now the 3rd time through the order for the Angels. See if they can figure Huff out the 3rd time through. Here is Downing. He's grounded out twice. 1-10. Ballpark single chance, but that's a 17. Needed a 14 or less, so another failed ballpark single check. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. We're going to the 6th. Still 3-0 Rangers in a bit of a surprise. But again, the Royals and the White Sox are loving it. Forsch now facing Larry Parrish. 5-3, that's a fly ball left field X. Downing a 3. We know he's an E0, he can't make an error, but we're looking to see if he can catch it. 3 and a 3, that's going to drop in for a hit. So there's no error, but it's going to drop in for a double. Leadoff double for Larry Parrish as Downing unable to get to it. And again, Forsch in trouble. Bullpen activity working for the Angels. In fact, it's a good time to go ahead and list the bullpen and benches for both teams. First, for the Angels, their bullpen, they got a load of guys in the bullpen, particularly starters that aren't going to be starting anymore, but still have enough rest to go if they need them. So there's no way we're going to use all these pitchers, but they are on the roster and are available. First of all, they have two lefties. They have Andy Hassler and they have Angel Moreno from the left side. From the right side, they have Steve Rinko, Louis Tiant, Dave Goltz, Don Ossie, Doug Corbett, and Luis Sanchez. So plenty of bullpen arms if they want to go that route, if Gene Mauch decides to pull those out. On the bench, they have one lefty, Rob Wilfong, and then a bunch of right-handers. They have Juan Beniquez, Bobby Clark, backup catcher Joe Ferguson, and Ron Jackson. So that's the bench and bullpen for the Angels. For the Rangers, they have two lefties out of their pen, John Matlack and Paul Mirabella. Three right-handers, they have Steve Comer, Dave Schmidt, and Danny Darwin. And I guess Danny Darwin is the de facto closer with 7 saves, although Schmidt has 6 saves and Comer has 6 saves, so kind of a bullpen by committee as far as saves go. On their bench, they have two lefties, Mickey Rivers, and a young outfielder, Terry, I guess it's pronounced Bogener, something like that. And then a whole bunch of right-handers all over the place. They got Buddy Bell, Bucky Dent, Dave Hostetler, Bob Johnson, Lamar Johnson, Billy Sample, Mark Wagner, and Don Warner. So a lot of bench guys to choose from for the Rangers if they need to. But right now, leading 3-0, they're not thinking about that. And in fact, the bullpen for the Angels is going right now because Forsch may be teetering. So they are going to loosen in the bullpen. They have right-hander. Let's see who they have loosening down there. The right-hander that's loosening is Don Ossie. So Don Ossie, the right-hander, is loosening for the Angels. Right now, Pete O'Brien, the batter, 6'8", and it's a ground ball first base B. But if they go into first base, that means Parrish will take third. So he's at third, which means the infield is going to have to come in with one out. They have no choice down 3-0. They can't give up another run. Forsch now to Sundberg. That's a 5-9, and that's bad news right here. 1 to 10's a homer. That's an 11. It'll just be a double, but it's an RBI double for Sundberg. RBI double for Sundberg, and the Rangers lead it 4-0. And you wonder if that's going to be it for Forsch. Putnam stepping to the plate. He can hit lefties as well as righties, so bringing in a lefty may not be that advantageous. So I think they're going to stick with Forsch for one more batter. 3-6. And he struck him out, so that helped. 2 down, so they may let him finish the inning now. Here's Bill Stein. Bill Stein, the batter, against Forsch. 4-10. Ballpark single check. That's a 19, though. So, again, another failed ballpark check. Seems like every ballpark single check has been a very high number. And even though it's up to 14, there's no base hit there. So that's going to end the inning. But the Rangers pick up another run and lead it 4-0. And that's going to be it for Ken Forsch. His day is done. Don Ossie will be coming in to pitch the top of the 7th for the Angels. So Forsch, a rough outing. He's going to go 6 innings, giving up 4 runs. And Charlie Huff just cruising along now with a 4-0 lead. And he will be facing Carew, Lynn, and Jackson, 3 tough lefties, the heart of the order for the Angels. This is where they need to make some hay right here, 3rd time through the order against Huff. 5-9, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. That's Tollison. He is a 4E36. 4 and an 18. He'll get to it, but we'll check the E36 portion. That's a 12. Shortstop E36. There is no 12. There's a 13, 15, and 17, and 16, but no 12. So tough play for Tollison, but he makes it. And there's one away, and here's Freddie Lynn. 2-6 for Lynn. That's a 1-out walk. Down 4-0. They're not going to be running. They're not even going to hold Lynn on. Here's Reggie Jackson, but Havoc roll there, checking for a wild pitch. Nothing happening. Here's Mr. October. He needs to get it done. 5-5. He struck him out, so he didn't get it done. Charlie Huff had getting some revenge from 5 years ago on Mr. October. Here's Doug to Sensei. Nothing happening. 2-4. 2-4 struck him out. So Charlie Huff twirling a masterpiece through 6 innings, shutting out the powerful Angel lineup. It is 4-0 Texas. And the new pitcher for the California Angels will be Don Ossie. On the 82 season, he was 3-3, 3.46 ERA and 4 saves. So Don Ossie, and he does have multiple innings of relief available to him as far as fatigue goes. So he'll be facing the bottom of the order, Rickert, Wright, and Tollison. And as long as the Rangers are winning, they're going to go with the kids and let the youngsters play. Ossie to Rickert. 6-5, and struck him out. So 1 away. And that brings up the top of the order in George Wright. 5-7 against the lefty. A switch hitter batting left is a ground ball, second base X. Second baseman is Gritch. He's a 2E13. 2 and a 12, he'll get to that. E13 and a 10 should be okay, and it is. So good play for Gritch. Out number 2. And that brings up Tollison. Ossie to Tollison, 5-9. Ground ball shortstop X, so we go to Tim Foley this time. He's a 3E12. 3 and 13 is good. E12 and an 11. No problems there. 1-2-3 inning for Don Ossie. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It is 4-0 Texas. And this is the fatigue inning for Charlie Huff, but he hasn't shown any signs of fatigue right now. And since it's the 7th inning stretch, I'll go ahead and stretch real quick and get ready for these last couple of innings. Kind of make any kind of adjustments on the setup that I need. I think I'm okay here. We'll move this over just a touch. Make sure the score sheet is all in there, which it appears to be. Okay, so we are ready to go. Charlie Huff, this is a fatigue inning, facing Baylor, Gritch, and Foley. Could get a pinch hitter for Foley, perhaps, so we'll see. See how it plays out. First of all, it is Huff to Baylor. Get a 6-5. 6-5 struck him out. So again, Huff masterful with the knuckleball. And I'll bring up Bobby Gritch. 2-8 for Gritch. That's a 1-out walk. Gritch will not be held, and he certainly won't be thinking about going anywhere. Not against the likes of, well, they give a +2 because Huff doesn't hold runners well, but they're not going to worry about that. Down by 4 runs, you're not going to run. Foley, 252 hitter, so he's not bad. But when you need runs, maybe you... Let's see if Gene Mock wants to send somebody up there. They only have one lefty off the bench, though, and that's Wilfong. He's not a very good hitter. So you got Beniquez, decent hitter. Jackson's a really good hitter. Boy, what do you do here? And if you take Foley out, who's going to play short? That's the other thing. Do you have anybody on the bench that can play shortstop? Wilfong can, but he's not very good at all. I think may save that for if he comes up to the 9th inning, we'll pinch hit for him. But I think right now we'll just let him swing away. Havoc roll for Huff, nothing happening. Huff to Foley, and Foley at least does have a hit in the game, so he's done something. 4-9, 4-9, and look at this. 1-6 is a home run, or 1-8 is a home run. That's a 6, but he has weak power, so it's just going to be a single 2 stars. But that's okay for the Angels. They need base runners. So 1st and 3rd with only 1 out, and good thing they let Foley hit away, although a pinch hitter obviously would have hit a home run. Pinch hitter with power would have hit a home run, but you know, that would only make it 4-2. So they need base runners to keep the rally going. Foley will not be held. Here's Bob Boone. Nothing going on. Huff to Boone. 6-6, and that's a fly to center. So that's a sacrifice fly, and that's the first run of the ball game for the Angels. As Gritch comes in to score, cuts the lead to 4-1 on the sac fly, but now there are 2 outs. Top of the order for Brian Downing. No action in the Ranger bullpen yet. They are going strictly all in with Charlie Huff. Whoops. 2-7, and all these hits in column 2, and he found a ground ball to short. And that's going to do it. So just the one run comes across. We go to the top of the 8th, 4-1. Ossie back out. We'll be facing Tollison, Grubb, and Parrish. 5-5, struck him out. One away, and that brings up Johnny Grubb. 2-8 for Grubb. 1-8's a single, but that's an 18, so he's going to line it to second. Snagged by Gritch, 2 down. That brings up Larry Parrish. 1-7, ground ball to short, and Foley will take care of it. 3 up and 3 down. Don Ossie retiring all 6 he has faced, so he's keeping his team in the game. And now, Huff getting close to fatigue numbers, as he's given up a walk and a single, so 2 more base runners, he will be fatigued. And with that in mind, the Rangers now have the bullpen working. They do have left-hander Paul Mirabella, and they also have right-hander Dave Schmidt. So they got 2 the righty and a lefty going double barrel action, just in case. It'll be Carew, Lynn, and Jackson. 3 lefties in a row. You're tempted to go to a lefty here, but I think they're going to trust the veteran Huff a little bit more. So we're going to see what he can do against Carew. 6-8. Well, that's a leadoff single, so 1 more base runner, and Huff will be fatigued. Carew, decent base runner, will be held, but he's not going to go anywhere. And here's Freddie Lynn, another lefty. He is 1 batter away from the tying run. Huff to Lynn, 3-7. That was going to be a 6-7 at one point, which would have been a fly to center. A 3-7 instead is a walk. So that changed at the last minute, and now Huff is tired. But he's got a big showdown with Reggie Jackson, who he has controlled in the first 3 at-bats. He has struck him out twice, so they're going to let Huff face Jackson despite the fact that he's tired. They're going to see if he can get Reggie Jackson here. Maybe his last batter to face right here. Huff to Jackson, 3-5, and that's a single to left field. There's a clutch there, but there's no outs to worry about. Single to left, and with down by 3, they're going to play station to station. Bases are now loaded, and that's going to be it for Charlie Huff. He gave him 7+ innings, pitching very well, but now they're going to bring on Dave Schmidt. With the bases loaded and nobody out, Dave Schmidt is going to get the call. Dave Schmidt was 4-6, 3.20 ERA. Started 8 games, had 6 saves. So he's one of the bullpen by committee guys. But he does have at least 1 ground ball A on his card. So he got a good chance maybe of getting a double play here. They are playing for the double play. They'll give it the run to get 2 outs. Schmidt, strategy roll. Nothing happening. Schmidt to DeSensei. 3-5, and that's a 1-3 home run, but that's a 5. That's a double to center field. Whoops, down here. Double to center field. That'll score Carew and Lynn, cutting the lead to 4-3. Reggie, chance to maybe score himself, but George Wright's a -2, so with nobody out, they're going to hold Reggie at third base. Both those runs are charged to Huff, but all of a sudden now it's a 4-3 game, and the tying run is in scoring position. In fact, the go-ahead run's in scoring position. Nobody out. What do you do here? Don Baylor, the batter. They're going to intentionally walk Don Baylor. I mean, when you got a guy with 24 home runs and 93 runs driven in, you're going to walk him, set up a force play at any base. And now the bases are loaded again with Bobby Gritch. And how do you play this? Do you play the infield in? Or do you play for a double play? They're going to play the infield in. Infield is in against Bobby Gritch. 1-3. That's a fly ball center field B ? Chance for a sacrifice fly, perhaps. Again, the runner is Reggie Jackson. He's a 14. On the ground ball, on the fly ball center field B, you do add in the center fielder arm, and then you add 2. So right is a -2, so the +2 just zeroes that out. So Reggie has a 1 to 14 chance. 1 to 14, and he will score. And he's in there. Sacrifice fly by Bobby Grich, and we got a tie game. DeCinces did hold at second base. So tie game at 4. The Angels will come all the way back. And you wonder if they went with Charlie Huff 1 batter too many. I don't know. Of course, Schmidt gave it a double to DeCinces, so what are you going to do? Now, runners at first and second with 1 out for Tim Foley. And with the score tied, they're going to keep him in the game because he's got 2 hits, plus he's a much better defensive player than any alternative. Rangers now playing for the double play. Schmidt to Foley. 6-8. 6-8's ground ball shortstop A, and they get the double play they needed. 6-4-3. Came 1 batter too late, but they got the double play they needed. But the Angels pick up 3 runs in the 8th, and we got a tie game. We go to the 9th tied at 4. And Angel fans are loving that. And Don Ossie's back out there. He hasn't given up anything. He's retired all 6 he's faced, so he's going to be in there. And now the Rangers may be going to their bench as things are getting serious around here. The leadoff man is Jim Sundberg, but then you have Putnam and Stein. And Putnam and Stein, neither one of them are very good hitters. You're not going to mess with Sundberg, but let's see who they want to bring in. They're going to bring in Buddy Bell is going to hit for Stein. And let's check out who might hit for the first baseman, Putnam. Tough choice against the right-hander. You know what? They're going to bring in Mickey Rivers. Mickey Rivers is going to hit for Putnam. Actually, no, what? No, they're going to let Putnam swing away. So it'll be Sundberg, Putnam, and Bell. Sundberg, Putnam, and Bell. So the only pinch hitter is going to be Bell. So Buddy Bell will take over at third base after he pinch hits. And Bill Stein is no longer in the game. All right. Don Ossie now facing Sundberg, top of the 9th, tied at 4 here on the game of the week. Ossie to Sundberg, 1-7. 1-3 is a double. That's a 12. It'll be a leadoff single for Jim Sundberg. And the Rangers now with the go-ahead run on base to start the inning. Brings up Pat Putnam. He's not a very good bunter, so let's see. They may pinch hit for Putnam with a better bunter. Who do they have as a good bunter? Well, you know they have Bucky Bleeping Dent. So Bucky Bleeping Dent is going to come in and pinch hit as a bunter, and then they will bring in as a new first baseman. They will bring in Dave Hostetler to play first base. So Dent will pinch hit in a bunting situation, and then Hostetler will take over at first base. And he's a 4.18, so they lose something defensively, obviously, but they're looking to get a sacrifice bunt out of Bucky Dent. So Bucky Dent looking to bunt. He becomes a C bunter. We get a 4, a C bunter and a 4. And ironically, C4 is the explosive. So let's see how explosive this is. C and a 4 is speed. It says batter lays on a great bunt, has a chance to beat it out for a single, roll the 20-side die, and falls within his running range. It's a single. So how about that? Bucky Dent's a 12. So if this D20 comes up as a 12 or less, he beats it out for an infield single. And he does. How about that? Talk about a great bunt. Bucky Dent trying to give himself up on a sacrifice, and he actually gets the single there to get that pinch hit. So how about that? And Hostetler, let's see, do they want a pinch runner? Maybe they use Mickey Rivers to pinch run. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to pinch run with Mickey Rivers. So Rivers is going to pinch run for Dent, and then they'll bring in Hostetler to play first base. But Mickey Rivers runs at a 15. So on a base hit, he has a much better chance of scoring. All right, first and second, nobody out. And now Buddy Bell, the pinch hitter for Bill Stein. And Ossie could be in trouble. Could be in serious trouble. So let's see how they want to play this. You would think he'd be bunting again, but there's really nobody else on the bench that's a good bunter. So actually, no, Mark Wagner is an A bunter. So boy, do you let Buddy Bell hit here, or do you try to bunt and move the guys over? You know what they're going to do? They're going to call Buddy Bell back. So let me get, things have changed, so we're going to take Buddy Bell back. We're going to call Buddy Bell back. He was not officially announced. And Mark Wagner is going to be the pinch hitter for Stein. So Wagner is going to pinch hit for Stein. And he's actually probably going to stay in the game and play shortstop as well. So he's going to come in to bunt. That's his sole purpose. He's an A bunter, becomes a B bunter. And then Buddy Bell will hit for Mike Rickard. So Buddy Bell is actually going to bat in the 9th position. And he'll come in and take over at third base for Bill Stein. Let's see. Possibly. Well, we'll see how it plays out. I'm getting ahead of myself. Right now, we're looking at a sacrifice bunt. So Wagner is a B bunter. A bunter turns to a B bunter. Looking to drop one down. It's a 5 as a B bunter. A B and a 5 is a good sacrifice. The white die is a 4, which means it went to the first baseman, Carew. He can only just tag the runner coming in. The 3 unassisted sacrifice works. And that puts the go-ahead runs in scoring position for Buddy Bell. So Rickard will be called back. Rickard is called back. And Buddy Bell, who hit .296 on the season with 13 home runs, he is coming up to the plate. They could walk Buddy Bell and take their chances with George Wright, who has not done well. Bullpen action for the Angels. They do have left-hander in the bullpen, Angel Moreno. And they also have Andy Hassler. So they actually have Andy Hassler in the bullpen. So they could bring Andy Hassler on if they need him. Right now, they're going to make the decision. Gene Mock has put up the 4 fingers saying intentionally walk Buddy Bell. So Bell will actually not get a chance to do much in his pinch hitting role, as he is pinch hit for. Rickard is now out of the game. And George Wright, the batter. Now, do you let George Wright? I think you got to let George Wright hit. He's a decent hitter, and he's a great center fielder. Well, not great, but he's a very good center fielder. So for the Rangers, the bases are now loaded with 1 out. Double play ball gets them out of the inning, but do you take that chance? I think you have to play the infield in. I think you almost have to play the infield in here. So Ossie, now George Wright, he's about as good against lefties as against righties, so there's really no advantage there. We'll do the strategy roll, nothing happening. Ossie to right. 5-8, switch hitter batting left. That's a strikeout, a huge strikeout for Don Ossie. That's out number 2, and now we will get a pinch hitter for Wayne Tollison. He's definitely going to be done. So Wagner's going to stay in the game and play shortstop. And Buddy Bell's going to stay in the game and play third. And then we'll have a second baseman in the spot that Tollison is leaving. But let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be. They have 1 lefty on the bench, and that's Mickey Rivers. Although he's not a very good hitter. In 1982, he was not a very good hitter. You also have Bogener, but he's a terrible hitter as well. So they're going to bring in Billy Sample. Billy Sample. Remember the Strat-O-Matic channel, they did some games with Billy Sample playing Strat-O-Matic. So here he is. Billy Sample is going to pinch hit right here in a big spot, and then they'll bring in somebody to play second base. I'm not sure who that's going to be yet. We'll figure it out. Let's see who's on the bench that can play second base. They got to have somebody there still left that can play second base. Or you can move somebody around. We'll figure it out somehow or another. So let me make sure before I get going here that we can do this. There better be another second baseman around somewhere. Well, Larry Parrish can play third. Buddy Bell could play short, actually. Wagner, I don't think he can play any other positions, can he? We might not have a second baseman. Can I do this? I better check it out before I make all these moves and make sure there's a second baseman out there. Because if you take Tollison out and Rickard out, both those guys are rated at second base. I don't think they have another second baseman. Boy, you'd be definitely be pushing things to try to do something here. So let me hold the phone and see if we can actually do this move. We might have to stick with Tollison because they don't have anybody else to play second base. You'd be putting a second baseman out there with no rating. You know what? They're gonna have to let Tollison swing. They don't really, because they don't have anybody to play. They have nobody else that can play second base. So if they don't score, they're screwed at second base. You know what? We're going to do it anyway. We're going to let Billy Sample hit, and they'll just play whoever at second base. And we'll worry about that. They're going for the gusto. They're going for the gusto right here. Billy Sample trying to put the Rangers in the lead. Nothing on the Havoc. Ossie to Sample, bases loaded, 2 down. 5-2. Split chance, 1-2 is a single, but a 4 is a liner to short, and the inning is over. So Don Ossie pitches out of all that mess, and now we got to clean things up here for the Rangers because I have no clue who's available to do what. Let's see. We know Wagner's going to play short. He's a 3E38. We know Buddy Bell is going to play. We know Hostetler is going to play first. We know Buddy Bell is going to play third. He's a 1E15. But it's the second base position that's going to be one where they're going to have to use somebody with the worst rating possible. So let's see who that could be. Who might they put out there? I don't even think they have anybody else that can go out there and play the infield. They're going to bring it. They're going to. Man, this is really tough. They may put Billy Sample at second base. I think you're going to have to. We're just going to call him a 5E88. I don't know what else to do with him. He's out of position. Look at the rule book. Let me see what the rule book says here about a player out of position. Didn't think I was going to go this route, especially with expanded rosters. Let's see here. What does the rule book say about playing out of position? I think you just give him the highest rating you can have. I'm just going to call him a 5E88. I don't know what to do with him. So Billy Sample will get the enviable task of playing second base. Not something he's probably looking forward to. Make sure I've got the lineup straight. So if it goes extra innings, I know what's going on. O'Brien, let's see. We got Parrish, O'Brien, Sundberg, Hostetler, Wagner, Buddy Bell, and George Wright with Sample at second. So, all right, kind of fudging a little bit, but I have no other choice. Now, Dave Schmidt might be coming back, so we're going to get a new pitcher for the Rangers. Dave Schmidt went his 1 inning, but they're going to now go to right-hander Danny Darwin. So Danny Darwin's coming in to pitch the bottom of the 9th. Darwin on the season, 10-8, 3.44 ERA, 1 start, did have 7 saves. So Danny Darwin is in, as Texas theorizes that Darwin can get him out of the jam and send this thing to extra innings. Bob Boone is the leadoff hitter, and you really don't want to take Bob Boone out of the game, I don't believe. 256 hitter. Like I said, not the best hitter, but his defense is so great, I don't think you want to take him out of there. So Darwin will be facing Boone, Downing, and Carew here at the bottom of the 9th, tied at 4 here on the game of the week. 3-9, and that's a ground ball to second, 1 away. And Billy Sample actually makes the play. How about that? You bring in a guy to play second base who doesn't play second base at all, and the ball will find you. Fortunately for him, it was not an X chance. So Billy Sample was able to make that play. Here's Brian Downing. 1-8 for Downing, fly to center, 2 down. And we're 1 out away from extra innings. It's up to Rod Carew. 3-5, he flies to left, and we got extra innings here at Anaheim. So we're going to the 10th here from California. We are going to the 10th. That's going to be it for Don Ossie. He went 3 innings, so you're not going to mess around with him any further. He's going to leave, and we'll figure out who the next pitcher is going to be. Got a couple lefties coming up, so they're going to bring in Andy Hassler from the bullpen for the Angels. He will be the new pitcher, Andy Hassler. He was 2-1 with a 2.78 ERA and 4 saves, so very good, whether it's righty or lefty. And let's see what the Rangers got. They got Grubb, but Grubb's pretty decent against the lefties. Grubb, Parrish, and O'Brien. They could pinch hit for O'Brien because he's a DH. And you don't really need a whole lot there. So they're going to pinch hit for O'Brien. And the pinch hitter is going to be Lamar Johnson. So Lamar Johnson will take over for O'Brien. So it's Grubb, Parrish, and Johnson. So Lamar Johnson will be the new DH here in the 10th. First things first, it is Johnny Grubb against Andy Hassler, lefty. 4-11. 4-11 is a ground ball to first. Easy play for Carew, 1 away. Brings up Larry Parrish. 4-10, that's a walk. So 1 out walk to Parrish. He doesn't run all that well. Let's see. He will be held though. He's a C runner, so we're gonna. I think in real life they would hold him. So they're gonna hold him on for Lamar Johnson. Strategy roll for Hassler. Nothing happening. Hassler to Johnson, the pinch hitter. 1-7 against a lefty is a fly to center. 2 down, and that brings up Sundberg against Hassler. Nothing happening. Here's Hassler to Sundberg. 3-7, and that's a ground ball to short. Ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 10th. Still tied at 4. Danny Darwin back out for his second inning of work. We'll be facing Lynn, Jackson, and DeSensei. So maybe Mr. October can do something here in October. First is Freddie Lynn, 2-7. Lynn, ground ball to second. And Billy Sample once again makes the play. It's not an X chance, so he's able to make that play. Here's Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. 1-11, and he's going to ground it to first. First baseman Hostetler makes the play. 2 down for Doug DeSensei. 5-4, catcher X. Catcher is Sundberg, is a 2E3. 2 and a 5 for a catcher. A 2 and a 5 on the catcher chart is a P/P, which means a pop-up because nobody's on base. And a 10 on an E3 is no problem. So it's just a pop out. And we're going to the 11th. Andy Hassler back out. Darwin hasn't given up anything either, so he can come back out as well in the bottom half. Hostetler, the new first baseman, steps up. 6-12, and that's a ballpark home run chance against a right-hander. 1-13, that's an 8. He has normal power against lefties. Dave Hostetler, home run off of Andy Hassler. And how about that? Here in the 11th inning, it is now 5-4 Texas. Mark Wagner, batter, against Hassler, 3-4. Ground ball to third, 1 away as the Sensei takes care of it. Here's Buddy Bell. Was intentionally walked his first time, so his first chance to actually get an at-bat in this game. 4-2. Split chance, 1-2 is a single, but that's a 16, so he lines it to short. Out number 2 for George Wright. Hassler to right. 6-8, switch hitter batting right-handed, ground ball to third. Handled again by the Sensei, but now we go to the bottom of the 11th. Rangers with a 5-4 lead. Danny Darwin looking to complete the deal. He's faced 6 batters, retired them all. Don Baylor is on. And let's see, the Ranger bullpen, they do have John Matlack, the lefty, is loosening just in case they need a lefty. So otherwise, they're going to stick with Danny Darwin. It'll be Baylor, Gritch, and a pinch hitter for Foley, most likely. So Baylor to lead it off. 3-6, fly to center, 1 away. Brings up Bobby Grich. Darwin, 111 to Grich. Fly ball to right, 2 down. And now we'll get a pinch hitter for Tim Foley. And we'll look at the bench. You're not going to use a lefty Wilfong, so they're going to the best hitter they have off their bench, and that is Ron Jackson, a .331 hitter. So he will pinch hit for Tim Foley, and they'll worry about defense if they can make it to the next inning. Right now, Ron Jackson. Maybe the other Jackson can be Mr. October for the Angels. If not, then the the Royals will pull within a half game, depending on what they do against the Oakland A's. All right, so Danny Darwin facing Ron Jackson. 2-9 for Jackson. Fly to left. The ball game is over. The Texas Rangers beat the California Angels 5-4. They reversed history and beat the Angels 5-4 on the home run by Hostetler. And I'll tell you, great pitching from Danny Darwin. He faced 9 batters, got them all out. So can't do any better than that. With the loss, the Angels now drop to 92-69. And Kansas City, with a win, would tie them for first place. So they are now a half game back as they look to face the Kansas City Royals. And you know what? I'm feeling froggy. So I'm going to pause the video and set up the game between the Royals and the A's to see if the Royals can close the gap. Okay, everybody, we've transported ourselves to Royal Stadium from Anaheim Stadium to get this game in between the Royals and the A's. And again, with the Angels' loss, the Royals with the victory can tie for first place, and it would go down to the last day of the season. A win by the Royals would also well, it wouldn't eliminate the White Sox, but it'd make it very hard. So let's see what we do. And I didn't have a lineup board already printed out ready for this because I wasn't expecting this. So I'm using the Replay Baseball score sheet to do the lineups, and these are the actual as-play lineups as usual. Henderson, Murphy, Lopes, Burrows, Armas, Klutz, Moore, Newman, and Sexton for the A's. Matt Keogh, the starter. Matt Keogh, 11-18 with a 5.72 ERA. Starter for the Royals, Vida Blue, former A, kind of ironic, 13-12 with a 3.78 ERA. Lineup for the Royals, Wilson, Washington, Brett, McRae, Akins, White, Martin, Wathan, and Geronimo. So A's, much were anticipated for the A's in 1982 with Billy Ball coming off the division win in 81 in the split season, making the playoffs. But 82 kind of fell apart for them. But they're going to try to play spoiler against the Royals here at Royal Stadium. So double barrel action, double header. Wasn't expecting it, but you get it on Game of the Week, or in this case, Games of the Week. Had the Angels won, I probably wouldn't have done this game, but since they lost, I figured why not. All right, so Vida Blue facing Ricky Henderson. It's a 4-6 against Vida Blue, and that's a strikeout. So keeping Ricky off the bases is good if you're the Royals. All right, here's Dwayne Murphy, lefty on lefty. 5-5, that's a fly to right field. Jerry Martin puts it away, 2 down. And that brings up the veteran Davey Lopes, second baseman. 4-9 right-hander. It's a 1 for a single, but that's a 15, so he lines it to George Brett at third. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Vida Blue. And we go to the bottom of the first. It is A's nothing, and the Royals coming to bat. Right-hander Matt Keogh stepping on the mound. We'll be facing Willie Wilson, the speedster, left fielder, to lead things off. 6-7. 6-7 for Keogh against a lefty. Switch hitter batting left. One's a double, anything else is a single. So it is a leadoff single for Willie Wilson, and he is definitely looking to run. Keogh is a +1, and the arm of Newman is also a +1. So obviously that's a +2. Being held makes him a -2, so it's pretty much a wash. So if Wilson gets the jump, it's a 1-18. And to get the jump, he needs a 3 through 6. Can't get the jump, so he will hold. And that brings up UL Washington, a really good bunter. He'd become a C bunter if they wanted to go that route. or he become a B hit and run. They're going to play the hit and run. They're going to do the hit and run. He becomes a B hit and run man. And of course, that's going to depend on whether this thing goes off the pitcher card or the batter card. First thing we're going to do is strategy roll, and that's a 2. So before we look to a hit and run, it's a chance of either a balk or a pass ball. It's a chance for a pass ball, but Newman has no pass ball rating. So skip all that, and we're going to go to the at bat, and it's off the pitcher card. So on a hit and run, super advanced, if the white die is a 4, 5, or 6, you read the result directly off the pitcher card. So in this case, it's a 4-3, and that is an in home run chance. It's also a ballpark home run chance. And in all this fiasco, I did not get the ballpark effects chart out. So let me do that. And we're just going to go with normal weather and just not use we're just going to use the ballpark effects chart, not the weather chart. So Kansas City for home runs, it is 1 to 11 for righties and 1 to 2 for lefties. I'm sorry, 1 to 2 for righties, 1 to 11 for lefties. But he has weak power, so he has no chance of a home run here at all. The only thing he could do is potentially get a single. So we're looking at a 1 to an 11. Well, let's see here. Let me look at the rules. Just double check the ballpark things here, because if it passes, but he is not a, let's see here. Found the home run stadium occurring. Single or a line. Oh, that's that one. Let's look for home runs. Okay. All home runs become single 2 stars. So 1 to 11 would be a single 2 stars. 12 or higher, it's just a fly out to right field. That's a fly out to right field. So it failed either way you go. Washington is out of there. 1 away for George Brett. Havoc roll, nothing happening there. Keogh to Brett, 2-9. Brett ground ball first base A. It's a 3-6-3 double play. And the Royals miss a golden opportunity there with the leadoff man on, but Keogh gets the ground ball he needs, and on this AstroTurf, very easy to turn 2 when the ball gets to the infielders that quickly. We go to the top of the second, no score, and Jeff Burrows will lead it off against Vida Blue. 1-8, and Burrows with a leadoff walk. First base runner for the A's. Burrows will not be held. And that brings up Tony Armas. Nothing on the Havoc. Blue to Armas. 1-6. Ground ball shortstop A. 6-4-3 double play. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander, as the Royals turn the table on the A's with a double play of their own. Quickly 2 down for Mickey Klutz. 3-8. And he struck him out. So Vida Blue gets out of that mess early. Nothing doing. We go to the bottom of the second, no score, as the Royals try to win this game and tie the Angels for the division lead with 1 game left. If they lose this game, there'll still be a game back with 1 game left, so they're going to need help. But they can kind of control their own destiny if they can get this win. Keogh to McRae, 4-7. 1 to 9 is a single, but that's a 15, so he lines it to Lopes at second. 1 away. Here's Willie Aikens. 3-6 for Aikens, and 1 to 2 is a single. That is a 2, so Willie Aikens sneaks one by, sneaks it right by the first baseman Moore. Kelvin Moore couldn't get to it. 1 out single. Aikens will not be held. We'll do the strategy for Keogh. Nothing happening. Here's Frank White. 3-12 for White. Split chance. 1 to 10 is a single, but that's a 19. He lines it to short. Out number 2. And it's up to the right fielder, Jerry Martin, to get it done. 2, chance for a balk or a pass ball. Nope, again, no pass ball for Newman, so we can drive on. 111, and that's a ballpark single. And for the Royal Stadium, ballpark single for Royal Stadium is a 1 to 16. That's an 8, so it will be a single for Jerry Martin. It's only a 1-star advancement, so Aikens will stop at second base. But runners at first and second, 2 down for John Wathen. He's got a chance to put the Royals on the board early. 1-7. It's a walk. That's going to load the bases. And now it's up to the number 9 hitter, Cesar Geronimo. He has a chance to put the Royals in the lead. He has a very good column 3 against righties. And he found it. 312, but 312 is not good for him. It's a pop out. Otherwise, that would have been a home run had he had 311 or 310, but not a 312. 312 is a pop out to Lopes, and they leave him loaded. So missed opportunity there by the Royals. We go to the third, still no score. And Vida Blue facing Kelvin Moore. 2-6 for Moore, struck him out. 1 away. That's going to bring up Jeff Newman. 2-5 for Newman, struck him out. Vida Blue chugging along. Here's Jimmy Sexton. 6-6, and he pops it up to short. GOW Washington chews the toothpick and snags the pop-up to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the third, no score. Keogh facing Willie Wilson. I've got a little hanger here on Keogh. Let me pull that off. All right, Keogh facing Willie Wilson. 3-10 for Wilson. That's another leadoff single, just like the first inning. He's going to be looking to get the jump. 3 through 6. Can't do it, so he will stand pat. GOW Washington, last time we did a hit and run. What do we do this time? Do we bunt? No, just let him swing away, I think. We'll let him just swing away. 1-5, and he walks. So that's going to put the first 2 runners on with George Brett and Hal McRae coming up. Best case scenario for the Royals, your 2 best hitters coming up with men on base. A's looking to turn 2. Nothing on the havoc. Here's George Brett. 5-11. That's a ballpark home run chance, but that's a 20, so it's just going to be a fly to right. Out number 1, so can't quite get it done. And that'll bring up Hal McRae. 2, though, I forgot to roll the strategy roll. 2 was a strategy roll, so it is a chance for a balk or a pass ball. Looking at a pass ball again, no chance at a pass ball, so we'll reboot. 1-7, and that's a ground ball shortstop A. The infield was not in, so it's a double play. 6-4-3. They do it again to the Royals. And the Royals miss another golden opportunity. They are just shooting themselves in the proverbial foot. And now we go to the top of the 4th. Still no score. I'll mess these things up and I don't know how. Whatever, we'll just go with it. All right, Vida Blue now facing Ricky Henderson. Got to keep Ricky Henderson off the base if you're the Royals. 3-12. They don't. It's a walk to Ricky Henderson. You know he's looking to run. Vida Blue is a -3 hold, and Wathan is a -1 arm for a total of -4. And -6 when you add the -2 for being held. That'd make them a 1-12, but they're going to try it anyway. They need to do something. Gets the jump on 2 through 10. And he gets the jump. So Ricky Henderson, you're going to lose a total of 6. So it's a 1-12 for Ricky. And he got caught stealing. So John Wathan, very good on the throw, and Blue good on the hold. So Henderson didn't get the best of jumps, and that's what cost him. So 1 out for Murphy. 2-6 struck him out. I'm sorry, I'm going 1-6. 2-6 is also a strikeout. So either way you go, Murphy is out of there. 2 down for Davey Lopes. And Lopes 6-9. Ground ball to third. Brett's there. Nothing doing. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Both teams have had chances, but haven't been able to cash in. And now Willie Aikens will lead things off. He had that ballpark single his first time up. Well, not a ballpark single, but it was a low number single with like a 1 or a 2 would be a single. See if he can do it again against Keogh. 4-7. He will draw a leadoff walk, so another leadoff man on. Aikens will not be held. Here's Frank White. Nothing happening there. Keogh to White. 2-10, and that is a damage done for Frank White. A 20 is a single 2 star, so that puts runners at the corners with nobody out. And this is the chance the Royals have now to break through. A's, they're going to play for the double play. They'll give up the run. They don't want a big inning. They will give up a run to get the 2 outs. So they are playing back for a double play. Martin against Keogh. 6-9, and that's a split chance. 1's a single. Anything else, he lines it to short. So everybody has to stay put. 1 away. Now a double play gets him out of the inning. But they got to double up John Wathan. Not an easy guy to double up. 2 is a chance at a balk or a pass ball. No pass ball again, so drive on. 5-9, and that's an in-home run chance off of Keogh, but Wathan has weak power, but it will be a single 2 stars. So even though it wasn't a 3-run homer, it will be a single, and the Royals lead it 1-0 on the base hit by John Wathan. Runners are at the corners with 1 out, and Wathan a threat to steal. So we'll see if he can get a jump. He needs a 2 through 5, 11, or a 12. Cannot get the jump. He will hold, and they will hold him on. Again, playing for the double play. Here's Cesar Geronimo. Actually, they're going to bring, let's see, are they going to bring the infield? No, they're playing for the double play. Keogh, 3-11 to Geronimo. That's a ballpark home run chance, and that's a 1. It is gone. He just missed it before in the second inning. He had a 3-12 and missed it. This one he didn't miss. 3-11 is gone. A 3-run homer for Cesar Geronimo, and the Royals have blown this thing open 4-0 here in the 4th inning. After missed opportunity after missed opportunity, the Royals are cashing in, and Billy Martin is not exactly happy. Here's Willie Wilson, 1-4, and that's a 1-11 home run chance. That's a 1. It's gone. Back-to-back home runs, and they're going to have to get Keogh out of there. That's going to be it for Keogh. He's going to have to come out, as the Royals are now put on 5 runs here in the bottom of the 4th, and they're still batting with only 1 out. UL Washington is the leadoff man coming up after the pitching change. And we'll get to the bullpen for the A's. Didn't know that I was going to get to the bullpen this early, but here's who they have here's who they have available. They have 2 lefties. They have Tom Underwood and Bob Ochinko. Righties Beard, Preston Hanna, and Jeff Jones. And with Brett McRae and Akins and Washington coming up, they're going to go a lefty. So they will go to Tom Underwood. He's got some length. He's also a starter. So he's got some length, 10-6, 3.29 ERA, 10 starts, and 7 saves. So they are going with Tom Underwood. He will be the man who will come on and try to prevent any further damage from being done. So Keogh getting roughed up 3 1/3 innings, and he's given up 5 runs. That is not what they were looking for. So Underwood to Washington, who will turn around and bat right-handed, 4-9. That's a walk. Don't want to start walking, guys. That's how this inning started, was a walk. He will be held. They're going to hold him with a 5-0 lead. They're going to hold him and let George Brett swing away. Strategy roll for Havoc. Nothing happening. Underwood to Brett. 5-10. Fly ball. I'm sorry, looking at 5-11. 5-10's a strikeout. That's out number 2, and now the 9th man to bat in the inning, Hal McRae, against Underwood. 1 chance for a wild pitch. 1-8, no wild pitch, so Underwood to McRae. 1-6 against a lefty. It's a single, 2 stars. And now they will bat around as Akins, who led off the inning, will come back out and hit again. Not a good sign when you bat around. Not a good sign if you're the other team. So now Akins, who started this whole thing off, will come up to bat again. He's already walked and scored this inning. Underwood, 6-7, fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. But 5 runs come in for Kansas City, and they lead it 5-0, and they've turned that lead over to Vida Blue. So it's his job to protect that lead, plus they got the bullpen as well. Blue fatigue rating is a 6, so he's still good to go for a couple more innings. Burrows the batter, 6-7. Ground ball second base X, that's Frank White. White is a 1E20. We know he's going to get to it, so we're just checking for the error. That is an 11 on an E20, so it should be okay. You would think E20 and an 11. No 11 there, so good play for Frank White. One down for Tony Armas. 6-3, fly ball left field X. Willie Wilson is a 1 E6. So again, we know he's going to get to it. We're checking for an error. That's a 10 on E6, no problem. So Willie Wilson makes the play. 2 down for Mickey Klutz. 2-8 against Vida Blue. Ground ball back to Vida Blue. It's a 1-2-3 shutout inning for Vida Blue. He's thrown 5 shutout innings. And if this holds up, we will go to the final day of the season with these two teams tied. And the pressure firmly on the Angels, who had this thing locked up but have the potential of letting it slip away. Let's see what happens. Frank White against Underwood. 3-10, and that's a ground ball to first. Moore takes it to the bag himself. 1 away, Jerry Martin. 5-5, that's a walk. Yet another base on balls. Martin will not be held. Here's Wathan, had the RBI single his first time up. Havoc roll, nothing happening. 3-11, and that's a ground ball third base B. That's a fielder's choice. 5-4. And that'll bring up Geronimo. Wathan will be held, but up 5-0. They're not going to run him. Besides, Geronimo had the big 3-run homer last time. But now he's facing a lefty. A little bit tougher for Geronimo now. But he's in there for his defense. 2-6, struck him out, but they don't care. He's in there for his defense. And we go to the 6th. Still 5-0 favor of Kansas City. And they are playing all for the defense right here. Vida Blue. This is his fatigue inning, so we'll keep an eye on that. Kelvin Moore. 4-7 is a leadoff walk. That's happened a lot in this game. He will not be held. Here's Jeff Newman. Havoc roll, nothing. Blue to Newman. 112, struck him out. 1 down for Jimmy Sexton. Shortstop, popped to short his first time up. Blue 4-8, another walk. So one more base runner in this inning and Blue will be fatigued. So the bullpen for the Royals is definitely loosening. And we'll look at who they have in the bullpen. Good time to check that out. Lefties Bud Black and Don Hood. Righties Mike Armstrong, Dave Frost, and Quisenberry. A little bit early for Quisenberry, but they do have right-hander Mike Armstrong in the bullpen, loosening. Right now, Ricky Henderson is up. One swing of the bat, and then could get more interesting. Blue to Henderson, 3-10. That's another walk. That's going to load the bases. Third walk of the inning for Vida Blue. He is now tired, but they will let him pitch to the lefty Murphy. This will be the last batter he'll face. Armstrong will come in to face Lopes. Bases loaded, 1 out. Double play, that's a 1, chance for a wild pitch. No wild pitch, so Murphy is up. Double play ball will get them out of the inning. 4-9, and that's a single 2 stars. That's going to do it for Vida Blue. His day is done. 2 runs are in for the A's to cut the lead to 5-2. And now Mike Armstrong, the righty, will be coming on for the Royals. And he'll be facing Lopes, Burrow, and Armas. So Armstrong on the season of 1982, 5-5, 3.20 ERA, and 6 saves. And he's got some length, of course. With that 3 rating, means he can pitch quite a few innings if they need him to. Right now, they just need him to get out of the inning. They're up 5-2, but they're trying to avoid giving up more runs. They are going to play back for the double play. Lopes, the batter, against Armstrong, 2-10. Ground ball, second base C. That'll get the run home. That will score the run to cut it to 5-3. Murphy will take second base, so all of a sudden it's a 5-3 game now. Tying run is at the plate in Jeff Burrows. Havoc roll, nothing happening. Armstrong to Burrows, one swing of the bat, and we got a tie game. 6-5, and look at this, 1-7's an in-home run. That's a 6. It is gone. Jeff Burrows homers, and all of a sudden we are tied at 5 apiece. Just when you thought the Royals had this thing wrapped up early, the A's say not so fast, and Billy Martin, snickering, says, you thought you had one, didn't you? You're in for a fight. Here's Tony Armas. 5-8. Ground ball second base X. That's White. He's a 1 E20. We're just checking for an error. E20 and a 13 is probably okay. E20. Nope. E20 and 13 is an error. One base error on Frank White. So now the A's will send their 9th man to the plate in the form of Mickey Klutz. Armas will not be held. Armstrong to Klutz. 2, chance for a balk or a pass ball. We're looking at a pass ball chance, but again, Burrows doesn't have, Sundberg, not Sundberg, that was last game. Wathan does not have a pass ball rating, so Klutz will go ahead and swing. 110, and that is a fly to right to end the inning. So they send 9 to the plate, 5 of them score. We go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 5. And the game of the week drama just keeps getting better. All right, so all of a sudden, A's have tied the game. Royals got to get back to work. Willie Wilson is 3 for 3. 3 for 3, 2 singles and a home run. Those were all against the right-hander Keogh. This is his first chance to face Underwood. 6-4, fly ball center field X for the A's. That is Mr. Murphy. He's a 1 E9. So we know he's going to get to it, just checking for an error. 1 E9, so we're just making sure he doesn't make an error. E9 and a 13 for a center fielder. E9 and a 13. Those are 14 and a 17, but no 13. So good play. Good play by Murphy. Makes the catch. One away for UL Washington. 6-2, switch hitter batting right-handed. That's a ballpark home run chance. He does have normal power against lefties. That's a 4. The home run chance for Royal Stadium is, for a right-hander though, is only a 2. It's only a 2, so switch hitter batting right, that fails. So it will not be a home run. It will simply just be a fly to left. So UL just misses a chance to put the Royals in the lead. Couldn't quite get there, and now here's George Brett. 5-5, lefty on lefty is a walk. 2-out walk to Brett. He's not a threat to run, really, so they will hold him pat. They will hold him on, but he won't go anywhere. He'll let Hal McRae try to do something. 3-5, and he grounds to second to end the inning. So we go to the 7th inning, tied at 5 apiece. And interestingly enough, both teams score all 5 runs in one inning, in the same inning. So Armstrong back out, see what he can do to try to keep the score where it is. Moore, the first baseman, is up, but the A's have a lot of guys on the bench, a lot of them left-handed, so we might get some pinch hitting here. Let's see, Moore, only a 224 hitter, so he's coming out of there. He was in there against a lefty. But they're going to bring in as a pinch hitter and new first baseman. They're going to bring in, who do they want as a first baseman? They're going to bring in Dan Meyer. So Dan Meyer, a 240 hitter, will come in and play first base in place of Kelvin Moore. So Kelvin Moore will take a seat, and we will get Dan Meyer. So Dan Meyer is the new first baseman. Instead of a 430, he's a 4E13. So it's a little bit better, not much, but a little bit. All right, so Dan Meyer starts the 7th inning against Armstrong. 6-7, lefty, 6-7, a 1-5 is a single. That's a 2. Had he been facing a right-hander, a 1 would have been an out. This 2 would have made it an out. But since he's facing a lefty, that's going to be a base hit. So by having the lefty Meyer in there, Billy Martin gets the base hit. So Dan Meyer, leadoff man, is on. Here's Jeff Newman. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Here's Newman, the catcher. 6-6. 1-2 is a double, but that's a 14, so he flies to center. And that's out number 1. And that will bring up Sexton, the shortstop. And do they let him play, or do they pinch hit for him as well? They're going to pinch hit for Sexton with Mitchell Page. They're going to bring in Mitchell Page to pinch hit, and then the new shortstop for the A's will be Dave McKay. Or will it be Chicken Stanley? Let's see. No, it's going to be Dave McKay. So McKay will be the new shortstop. And he's a 4E14 as opposed to a 4E30 previously. But the pinch hitter is going to be Mitchell Page. He's going to pinch hit right here in a big spot. Mitchell Page in 82, 256 hitter, 4 home runs. In limited duty, only had 78 at bats. So he can certainly get it done. Armstrong with the delivery, nothing happened on the strategy roll. Pitch to Mitchell Page, 3-7, struck him out. So Mitchell Page fails. McKay will now be the shortstop. And that brings up Ricky Henderson, top of the order. It's up to Ricky. He's walked twice and he struck out. Armstrong to Ricky, 5-11. Ground ball first base X, that's Akins. Akins is a 4E9. So not very good range. 4 and a 7 could be interesting. Let's check it out. A 4 and a 7 for a first baseman. 4 and a 7 is a G3 with a pound sign, but they weren't playing. They weren't holding the runner or doing anything like that. So it'll be an easy play. He'll flip to Armstrong covering to end the inning. So we're going to the 7th inning stretch, second game of this game of the week doubleheader, second 7th inning stretch to deal with. So I will stretch with them. Underwood's still out there. He has definitely a lot of length, so he will still be out there. I'm going to take a quick stretch. We're up to an hour and a half on the video now, combined on the 2 games, so hoping everything is good. Oh, this tray got a little bit back. Hopefully these dice rolls are showing up okay. Didn't realize that thing got pushed up like that. We got it corrected now. So Underwood now bottom of the 7th, tied at 5. It'll be Akins, the first baseman, against Underwood, lefty on lefty. 3-9, and that's a fly to left. 1 away for Frank White. So Underwood has done stellar work out of the bullpen. 110. That's a ballpark single check for a left-hander. A left-hander, well, any of them, it is a 1-16, so that's a 12. It will be a single, ballpark single for Frank White. He will be held, but he won't try to go anywhere. And Jerry Martin, the batter. Nothing on that. Underwood to Martin. 2-9, struck him out. So 2 down for John Wathen. Underwood to Wathen. 6-6, and he grounds to third to end the inning. So nothing doing there. We go to the 8th, tied at 5. And now let's see what the Royals want to do pitching-wise. Armstrong's going to leave. They will go to a left-hander. They will go to Don Hood. Lefty Don Hood is coming on with the lefty Murphy coming up. Don Hood, 4-0, 3.51 ERA, and 1 save. He did have 3 starts on the season, so he obviously has some length. So Don Hood is on. Facing Murphy, Lopes, and Burrows. So Hood now facing Murphy. 6-4, ground ball third base X, that's Brett. Brett is a 2E21. 2 and a 14 is good. E21 and a 7 should be okay, you would think. E21. Yep, 6 is an error, but not a 7. So George Brett makes the play. 1 out here in the top of the 8th for Davey Lopes. 6-10, and that's a ballpark single check, and that'll work out for a single for Davey Lopes. And Lopes will be looking to run 2 through 6 or a 12. We'll get him a jump. Nope, doesn't get the jump, so he'll have to hold for Jeff Burrows. Hood to Burrows. 6-11. That's another ballpark single. And it's going to be first and second now. With 1 out from Tony Armas. And now you wonder if if they would want to take Hood out of there. He's not being very effective. Armas, though, well, they're going to go ahead and let Hood keep going. Hood to Armas. 4-6. That's a walk. That's going to load the bases. Bases are now loaded, and if you take out Hood and bring in a righty, they would pinch hit for Klutz with a lefty, Wayne Gross. So by leaving the lefty Hood in there, that's going to keep Klutz in the game. Hood to Klutz. Bases loaded, 1 out, but they're playing for a double play. 4-4. It's a fly ball center field X. Center fielder is Geronimo. He's a 2-E2. 2 and a 10. Let's see if that keeps it from being a sacrifice fly or not. 2 and a 10 is an F2. Nope, that'll be a sacrifice fly. Checking for an error. That's a total of 15. He's an E2. No error there, but it is a sacrifice fly from Mickey Klutz, and that puts the A's in the lead 6-5 as Lopes comes in to score. And now Dan Meyer, the batter, lefty on lefty against Hood. Nothing happening there. Hood to Meyer, 110. Another ballpark single check, and that's a 16, and that's exactly what the ballpark is, a 16. So that's a base hit. That's going to load the bases, and that's going to be it for Hood. They can't go any further with him. He's going to have to come out. And in dire straits, they're going to have to go to their closer, Dan Quisenberry, to prevent any further runs. Can't worry about a save situation. The save situation is keeping the game in play. So Quisenberry is in, 9-7, 2.57 ERA and 35 saves. Maybe should have started the inning with him, but second guessers can have a field day with that, I guess. But Quisenberry trying to get out of this. 2 outs, bases loaded, 1 run is in for a 6-5 lead. Quisenberry, strategy roll, facing Jeff Newman, the catcher. 2-7, ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. But damage was done as the run comes in. And now we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is the A's leading 6-5. Geronimo stepping up. But I think he's going to be called back because they need offense. So Geronimo will get the pinch hitting call. And it'll be Amos Otis. So Amos Otis will take over in center field. He'll pinch hit and take over in center field. A 286 hitter with 11 home runs. So he can certainly get it done. And in the bullpen for the A's, they do have their closer, Dave Beard, loosening in the bullpen. So he could be coming on for a 6-out save very easily. But right now it is Amos Otis. And he'll stay in the game to play center field. He's actually a little bit better than Geronimo. His arm's not as good, but his air rating's better. Underwood to Otis, 1-6, 1-15 single. That's a base hit for Amos Otis. So the tying runs on. Otis will be held. I don't think he's going to go anywhere, but he will be held. And that'll bring up Willie Wilson. Underwood to Wilson. Nothing there. 1-8. That's a single, 2 stars, and that's going to be it for Underwood. He's going to have to leave as all of a sudden runners are at the corners with nobody out, and Willie Wilson a good chance to steal and get in the scoring position. Underwood is a -2, Beard's a +5, so they're going to wait. Now you're really in a quandary because if you bring in the guy you want to bring in, it's almost an automatic stolen base. So how they want to play this. You know what? Willie Wilson's going to force them to keep Underwood out there. See if he can get a jump 3 through 6. He does not. So he will hold, and here's UL Washington. The infield's going to play for a double play. They want to get out of this jam. If they give up a run, so be it, but they don't want to give up 2 runs. That would be problematic. Underwood to Washington. 1-6. Home run for UL Washington. A 3-run shot for UL Washington, and they went with Underwood 1 batter too many, it appears, because against a right-hander, he would not have hit the home run. It would have been a sac fly to tie the game, but it would not have been a home run. As it is, the Royals with 3 runs here in the bottom of the 8th, and that's going to do it for Underwood. They went 1 batter too many with him. Even though the lefty George Brett's coming up, they're going to have to get Underwood out of there and bring in Dave Beard. So Beard is on, but damage was already done. Dave Beard is on facing Brett. Nobody out. 5-7. That's damage done here. It's a single for Brett. Royals looking to pour it on. Brett will be held but won't go anywhere. Beard trying to keep things right where they are. Here's Hal McRae. 6-2, fly ball left field X. That's Henderson. Henderson's a 1E10, so we know he's going to get to it. Just a matter of the error. E10 and a 13 for an outfielder. That's a high error rating for an outfielder, E10. 10 and a 13. Amazingly, no error there. It's a 14 and a 15 and a 16, but no 13. So, play made. Play made there by Ricky Henderson to keep it from being a catastrophe. Here's Willie Aikens, the batter. Nothing on the havoc. Beard to Aikens. 4-10. Ground ball shortstop X. Shortstop is McKay, the new shortstop. He is a 4E34. I believe it's 34. Let me see. 4E14 rather, not 34. I don't know why I said 30. 4E14. McKay is a 4E14. 4E14. 4 and a 14. He will get to that. 4 and a 14 is a G2. It's a fielder's choice. E14 and an 8. No problem there. It's a fielder's choice. So it will go 6-4. And Aikens, the new runner at first base with 2 outs now for Frank White. 2-7 for White. Ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. But damage done, and now Quisenberry can't get the save, but he can certainly get the win. He is on to try to finish out the ball game. And we'll see what the A's do offensively. They do have a lot of guys on the bench, so we're going to see some pinch hitters. McKay will not hit. McKay will be called back, and Wayne Gross will lead things off, I think. Actually, no, it's Mike Davis is going to lead off. He's a 400 hitter, albeit in limited duty, but he's coming on. Mike Davis is going to pinch hit for McKay. And they'll worry about shortstop if they get that far. But Mike Davis will pinch hit here in the 9th against Quisenberry. Royals up 8-6, trying to tie the Angels for the division lead with 1 game left. 1-8, and that's a single for Mike Davis. Tying run will now come to the plate in Ricky Henderson. Davis will be held. Nothing on the havoc. Here's Henderson against Quisenberry. 2-8, and that's a fly to center. Big out there to get Ricky. 1 down for Dwayne Murphy. Nothing on the havoc. Quisenberry to Murphy. 1-6. Struck him out. A big strikeout there. Now it's all up to Davey Lopes, but let's see if Lopes gets called back. He will. He will be called back, and they will bring out pinch hitter Wayne Gross. He has the power to tie this game with 1 swing of the bat. So Wayne Gross will pinch hit right here. Wayne Gross. It's up to Wayne Gross to get it done. 1 possible wild pitch. Nope, no wild pitch. So Quisenberry to Gross. 1-7. popped him up to second, and there's your ball game. The Royals win it. After blowing a 5-0 lead, they come back and win the game by the score of 8-6. In the real game, let's see what happened in the real game. The Royals did win this game in real life by the score of 5-4. So this one they win 8-6. Scoreboard's rather messy, so I'll move this out of the way. But more importantly, the standings now, with Kansas City's win, they go to 92-69, and they are in a dead tie with the Angels. Now the White Sox have to win their game to stay alive. If they lose, they're eliminated. If they win, they still need help. There'll be a game back. So depending on what's going on there. So got to figure out what I want to do here, because the final game of the season is Sunday, October the 3rd. It's not really a game of the week, so I've got to figure out what I want to do with that. If I want to play a game on video or just play it out and see what happens, I don't know. Because it's, obviously this is more of a game of the week theme more than an 82 pennant race. It's just a game of the week thing. So we'll see how it plays out. But right now, they entered the final game of the season all tied 92-69 versus 92-69. And again, Chicago could get the win and improve to 91-70 if they get that win. Otherwise, they'll be eliminated. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that impromptu doubleheader for the NBC Game of the Week. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.